So I was raised in the Bronx, and I found the markets very early. But in high school, maybe the second year of high school, and I read Jack Schwager's book, Market Wizards, and it basically changed my life. I knew immediately things were different.
You knew right then and there you wanted to be on Wall Street?
Right then. So by 16, I was cold calling at Shears & Lehman. By 17, I was at Solomon back office. The rest, as they say, is history. But fast forward many years later, I just began to notice that it was strange, me being in the front office, being a trader, that there weren't many that looked like me. And growing up in the Bronx, having friends, family, people in the neighborhood that I knew, smart as a whip, hungry, intelligent, put them in front of Monopoly, kill everyone in sight, that there was a disconnect. And so years later, remembering the story from Market Wizards of Richard Dennis and the Turtles, this idea that talent is distributed, what it takes beyond, let's say, the right school, the right zip code, it's out there. Let's find it. And I thought, okay, Troy, it's time to do this.
Time to try and give back. So you recruit and train the next generation. What makes a good recruit? What do you look for? Is it just an interest like you had when you were 16 years old in finance? What makes a good recruit?
That's part of it, and it's probably a start because, as you might imagine, most of the community where I'm recruiting from, typically underrepresented inner city, they're generally not as aware of the markets and finance as the rest of us may be. So interest is a big part in terms of the initial contact. But after that, at that point, a lot of it comes down to those qualities we know that success requires in the markets: intellectual curiosity, problem-solving skills, discipline, and using that as the basis of this personal journey, this journey of being in the markets, interacting with the markets, and every day the idea of the reality you synthesize in your head versus what the market is telling you.
You're also looking at college campuses,
That's
college
right.
programs for finance students.
That's right.
You need at least to have
That's right.
the acumen or the interest.
Indeed.
That I want a career in
Indeed.
finance. I may
Indeed.
not know the bridge from the classroom to Wall Street, and you're trying to
create that path, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's important, I think, for Wall Street and for us as a finance community to have and to build these intentional pathways, because otherwise it does not exist. I work with students from, let's say from the South Bronx, where they don't grow up with the uncles that played golf with. They weren't on the lacrosse teams. So what is that?
The traditional networking
The traditional networking path
haven't existed.
So part of what we have to do also is provide that social capital, those connections, to make this happen for them.
I got like 30 seconds left. How do people get involved? Where do you get more information? How do you do this?
Please go to my website, wallstreetbound.org. We're looking for partners to join me on this mission of recruiting talent. This story applies to not just the Bronx, not Brooklyn, but to talent everywhere it exists that's being underutilized. wallstreetbound.org, and send us a message, and we'll definitely respond.
That is Troy Prince, Wall Street Bound. Best of luck to you. By the way, go on our website. We have a story up there right now on cnbc.com/invest in you. Great story about where Troy's come from, what he really hopes to do. And we should also note that NBC Universal and Comcast Ventures are investors in Acorns.